All right, what's up, everybody? How are you all doing? We are at a interesting moment in Coding with Some Guy history because tonight we have something special for all of you. Hello, 715, a little Nightshade dude. Hello, everybody. We are starting the CCVE too. All right, we are starting the Power Hackers series tonight. So tonight, we have two of the greatest hackers I have ever had the pleasure of working with on hack after hack after hack, and they are here on the line. Are you two both here?
We're here.
We're here.
All right, so up ahead, we have Carenina Motion, hacker extraordinaire, current organizer, I guess. I don't even know what to say. Genius, electrical engineer, TPM, liaison, everything you need to know in the Valley to get stuff done kind of person. And we have Alex Wolf, friend that I originally met in Hong Kong and that you heard about for those of you who were here last night, and aka Wubba who is also a hardcore coder and hacker extraordinaire. So without further ado, let's go get the two of them up on the screen. Hello, say hi to everybody. How you doing?
Doing
Hello.
great. Hi.
Doing good.
Right, cool. Wow, we have video. We have this is a new technical first for Coding with Some Guy. So this is a big moment. I'm very excited. We have a full house. We're stacked with mods tonight, so that is just awesome. Hey, what's up? Nightshade dude's giving you a wave. So I believe this is Alex. You've been on Twitch before. Carenina, this is your first time on Twitch, right?
It's my first time. So excited.
All right. Welcome. Wow, you're getting golf claps. You're getting the hey guys. You're getting all the good stuff on Twitch. So, all right. Well, to kick this off, we have a set of presentations for you. We have some pretty fun stuff. We're going to take a little trip down memory lane and how we built some of, well, what I consider some of our best hacks. I mean, this is the OG crew I told you about. They were there in the beginning when I started at Netflix back in nice Maya lurk there, by the way, Cam. In 2013? Did I leave Hong Kong? I don't even remember.
You left 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, 2013. Okay, so went over there. Alex came over shortly after. I just accidentally mentioned, they were like, so if you were just going to work with a great programmer, who would it be? I was like, well, you need Alex. And then, next thing you know, Alex is on a plane. And we have, oh, wow, your wife is giving us a hard time. We're not fully coordinated, HK Cupcake, just for reference. But I'm actually wearing, just to be thematic, I am wearing the original Hack Day shirt. I wear this practically never. And Alex has a pretty cool tech shirt. It looks like NASA, but it's NASA. Pure nerd. That's from the tech in San Jose, right?
Yes.
The tech museum.
I missed the memo. I could have worn my favorite T-shirt.
I don't think we had a memo. I think Alex and I just thought hack, and we went, well, let's wear something hack. And then you always wear something good. What do you mean? What memo do you need? So Carenina was actually already at Netflix when I came over. I was her junior. When did you actually first join there?
2011 or
2011. Wow, so that's like millionth percentile. Like basically everybody at the company aside from Reed and Ted are newer than you. Pretty much.
It was the Quickster time, yeah.
Yeah, the Quickster time when you joined. So,
yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about Quickster. Is that a forbidden topic, or am
I feel like it might be bad karma.
Oh, and Pooch is in the background. Look at this. We have some stories with the dog, don't we? She just snuck in behind you.
Stories with dogs.
We met in the Valley, the dog and I. It's a very, very interesting time when I met Carenina. And so that was, so this is what I remember. The first time we met was at, I don't know if you remember Sherry Codiana.
Good friend of mine still.
Okay, that's super cool. I have not spoken to her in years. She's super cool. And she happened to have a little speakeasy. And I forgot what drink she was making, but it was really good.
I'm sure.
I just remember that. And that was kind of my blurry first Carenina memory before learning about your technical awesomeness. We were all, that was a pretty cool place where they used to have those things. But long hit. Netflix history now. But, and Alex, obviously I already knew. Like you came over, they were like, all right, technical screen. And then they just pretty much were like, all right, get in here. So that's...
I woke up one day and I checked my phone and he left me this message. It said, oops. And I was like, what? I opened it, and he's like, I may have dropped your name.
You might have accidentally hired. Sorry? Question mark.
Next thing you knew, you were moving to California.
Next thing you knew, moving back, actually.
Manager stalking me on LinkedIn. And
yeah, he knew. Alex knew instantly that it was, I screwed it up bad. and you ended up working on the videos with us. We were in the same team originally in TVUI. Carenina was sort of adjacent. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this right because I really need to say this right. Carenina. How was that? Better? Okay, all right. So,
amazing.
Okay. Okay, so she was adjacent to us in the partner org at the time, right? Okay, so that was... that was way back. Okay, so that was, so we were basically like a floor apart from each other. So Alex and I were on, actually we weren't in A at that point. We had already moved over to the new buildings, or were you already there?
No, it was the old buildings.
It was the old buildings.
This was like old Netflix.
Oh yeah, because when we did the hack, we're in the old building. Okay, right. Oh God. So that's actually the first of the legendary hacks, which we're going to talk about because this leads to a super awkward moment when I approached Carenina about joining a hack idea. So to those of you who were here last night, I said when I came to Silicon Valley, like in the life story, I was like, we need to like be more geek than geek. We need to channel Woz, and we need to like be like Woz. Like we must master the code in. And of course, I think I took that a little too literally because we our first hack, we were on a 6502 processor. We were hacking on the original Nintendo, and it started as a dare with a team that was kind of adjacent to yours, Carenina, the partner. The partner, what do they call? You're there now, actually, Alex.
Partner ecosystem.
I know.
Partner
But,
ecosystem.
I mean, yeah, partner ecosystem. That's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah, and that team's responsible for putting Netflix on every sort of TV in the world, right?
It like TVs, set-top boxes, streaming sticks, like anything that goes in your living room.
Okay, we had we didn't really have that notion of smart TV at the time. We just sort of had that. We had TVs that may or may not have our content on them, and that was before some fun at one of the E3s where they declared what a smart TV was and wasn't. But at that point, we were a very scrappy company trying like hell to get Netflix to show up and be available for everybody who wanted to watch Netflix everywhere. We had a ton of content. We had basically 2 shows that were ours, I'd say. And at the time we had joined, we were just about to launch season 2 of House of Cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
all blurred together.
This is a little blurry for this walk down memory lane, but I had actually talked to Alex a little bit about like, we were trying hard to like kind of break in and like, get people to take us seriously. I don't know. How do you describe that when you first join a company?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're trying to figure things out and
not get fired. Yeah. Carenina was already like totally, she'd figured this out. Like she understood what was going on. She understood the lay of the land. Alex and I were like brand new freshmen, no, like we had just danced like that. You used to the new hires used to dance at Netflix because reasons.
Well, I mean, they used to every quarter they had the whole company go into like an amphitheater and they had the company meetings there all together, and then we had pizza afterwards. But part of that was all the new hires had to go on stage and they had to dance.
Yep. I love that pizza, but then they were like, "Yeah, we're tired of pizza," and I'm like, "I'm such a sucker for pizza," so that was really bad. I think talking about the dance, I made Carenina choke a little bit. I'm very sorry about that. I probably should have warned you before mentioning the dance, but I was up on stage for as part of the Lilyhammer relaunch, so we were dressed as gangsters. So I was trying to be a gangster. This totally ridiculous outfit that was not super gangster, but I tried my best. And we all, yes, it is a great headset, by the way, 715209. It incidentally is the headset that we used at Extra Life in a previous year. So we realized that this headset works great. This is not a plug for the headset. Like, there's no sponsorship here. We tried out a bunch of headsets. We like these.
And at some point, we would play games, and
we would play games. And Alex and I had to have a talk with Carenina. We said, Carenina, this is a very serious matter. We know you're our friend, but your headset.
Yeah. So
we have to do something about that. So she's totally in the club. So anyway, we ended up there. So we danced, we did our thing, and Alex, I said to the partner team who was responsible for getting TVs, I needed to get a feature from them, and they were really busy on actually, I guess we could talk about it. It's public now. They were very busy wondering whether we could run Netflix on the Wii U. Sorry, the Wii, not the Wii U. No.
It's the Wii U.
It was the Wii U. Okay. Yeah, it was the Wii U, and they were basically saying, like, man, I don't know if this thing's going to work. They were having some trouble with, like, the internal build of, like, how we built things at Netflix at the time. And, like, we hadn't done a ton of optimization. And so they were like, yeah, we're struggling to get this to build. And I was trying to get them to work on this smart TV feature for, like, Instant On, which was kind of the suspend resume stuff that you two might remember. But I basically said to them, I said, I was trying to, like, come on, just implement my feature. They're like, nah, you're new here, like, whatever. And I was like, no, come on, like, I really need, like, just one, like, code fix. Like, everybody needs a code fix. Like, everyone needs, like, a patch. They were a little stressed. Like, we were super thin on staff at the time. Like, this is not the Netflix of today. This is the Netflix of 2013, like 2014. And I said to them, I was like, you guys with your gigahertz and your gigabytes of RAM, like, that's a piece of cake. Why don't I fix that for you and you fix my feature? And they were like, oh, come on, guy. Like, you're what are you talking about? Like, and I was like, yeah, I could get that to work on, like, a Super Nintendo. Like, what do you mean? Like, Nintendo? Like, a Wii U? A Wii? A piece of cake, right? Let's get it to work on a Super Nintendo. You know what? Forget the Super Nintendo. Let's go all the way down to the Nintendo. They're like, okay. I had accidentally caught their attention, and they noticed. And I said, oh, crap. And so I went over to Alex shortly after. I was like, we got to figure out how to get this thing to work on the Nintendo. And he's like, we? And I was kind of, you were a little surprised that day, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was like 5 months in. I had, like, just joined. And then there's, like, a Tac Day thing, and people were talking about it. I'm like, what is this? And guys like, okay, we're going to get Netflix on the Nintendo. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And hey, what's up? Wow, Samuel Garin. What's up, everybody joining? So we basically, we knew that we couldn't do it alone. We needed a little more help. We needed somebody who knew the ways of Netflix a little bit better than us two Nubians, us two freshmen. And so we went kind of looking around. And, I had met a friend of mine. She was a friend of a friend. She had just started up. I used to live in Boston, and her friend told me about, this is Emily. So you two both remember Emily. And Emily had just started at Netflix, and I was like, hey, I was talking to Alex. I was like, how are we going to really sell this? Like, how are we going to really, like, drop this NES? It's not enough to just build Netflix on the original Nintendo. We gotta come out big. Like we gotta go big in the valley. Like we gotta be like the geek of geek. Like we gotta be OG geek. We need a rap video. We need a rap video. I think there's no way around it other than a rap video. And Alex kind of looked at me like, I don't know. How did you feel about that when I first brought that idea up?
Well, I wasn't gonna rap.
Yeah, you made that pretty clear. So I dropped by, and Emily was hanging out with Carenina, and I think Carenina didn't remember our original. Oh, did we lose your audio, Carenina? Is it? Oh, there you are. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're back.
So we were in the lunchroom.
Yes.
Emily and I. Yeah.
Yep, they were in the lunchroom, and I knew I had a weak opening. I was not in a position of power. I was dropping by, and I was not in a good negotiating position, and I was gonna try to talk these two ladies into joining our rap video, and I just kind of blurted out the first thing that came out of my mouth. Hey, you want to be in my rap video? And that look, you see that look that Karenina's giving? That's what I got. Okay, like that.
You said I need some ladies for my rap video.
And then, yeah, okay, it was even worse than what I remember.
and I turned to Emily. I was like,
"It's very bad."
Worry, he knows not what he says.
Carenina knew better than what I knew. And yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm not going to put a good face on it. It was pretty bad. It was the wrong thing to say, and not the last one either. I had a few doozies over the years.
I explained why it wasn't the right thing to say.
Yep, and I got it. But anyway, we all got. Don't be that guy. I was that guy. Korean American barbecue. I was totally that guy. Yeah, so for whatever reason, Emily said no. Still baffled to this day. Why did she say no? Because I was like, we're gonna put Netflix on the original Nintendo, and she's like, no. And I was like, yeah, but this is totally fine, right? And Carenina said yes, but I'm not gonna be in the video. I'm gonna help you out, but I can see you need help. And is that fair? Is that a fair description of it?
Yes.
Okay.
I ended up helping with the video and she actually being in it.
You did most of the camera work initially, actually, and we bounced around. I think you have a SAG credit because totally you had a speaking line. I mean, actually, the whole video starts with you giving the presentation. That's right.
Exactly. She was pitching it. Yeah.
Why Netflix needs to be on the NES.
That was perfect. So she actually built a full business case, like just sort of in the style, like it's complete perfect mockumentary, like just like Netflix needs to be on the NES. How many of these things are there worldwide?
I don't remember.
It was like she did a whole business pitch where she's like, okay, there's 65 million. I don't know, something like that, whatever the number was. But we basically.
You pulled in directors. You had a boardroom full of directors and VPs, and she was pitching the Nintendo.
That was good. I got better after she let me know that my initial approach was not solid, and gave me a little bit of a talking to. So, you clipped that, Cam? Come on. I'm never getting away from that one. Anyway, so that's when we basically took the awesome and we switched to the more awesome. So for you two, I'm cutting this scene over so that they can see the pictures that we've gone and collected here. And this was the switch. This was the more awesome switch. So this was basically kind of at the start of things. We were basically hitting the more awesome. So this was our first delivery of Netflix. This was, Netflix used to do DVDs, right? That was fine, right? So the idea of delivering a cartridge to a user just seemed like it would work, right? Business pitch wise. So this was the delivery team. Alan here was in DevOps. They didn't call it DevOps back then, but he was responsible for delivering TV code. And so we're like, all right, here's the cartridge. Check out this cool cartridge. It totally is legit, right? Runs Netflix. So he's like, what do you want me to do with this? So this is basically us on stage. Can you two, by the way, see these pictures? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why it doesn't want to full screen scale this stuff, but I was kind of hoping that it would zoom to fit. I feel like that. Yep, that's what we need. Okay, so let's No, it doesn't want to zoom that. So anyway, we were basically hanging out on stage. We've got Netflix with in the 2-bit glory, and we've got Carenina is like, what am I doing with these two hooligans in this shot? And we're sitting there, and they would, I mean, how are we set up? This was like on the side, right? You know, they were flipping sides that day.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
We had a, we had like, I think that's my laptop sitting up there, like next to a coffee, perilously hanging on the edge. But that is, by the way, that is Prime. That is the Primeagen cam. We started at almost the same time. So Primeagen, by the way, for you two is Paulson. You're going to hear about Prime occasionally. So that is Prime. So we basically, we kicked it off. They give you 2 minutes on stage, and we wanted to show the rap video. And that's actually the TV saying in a world where devices proliferate. That's totally rough. So, Ginger Squatch, not tech support tonight. I'm sorry. So, we're gonna stay on the other story there. Yeah, I agree with you. By the way, Cupcake, we're gonna go zoom that out. So this is basically. This is the literal scene of the crime. We have like Alex. What are you doing there?
I'm just controlling them.
I was demoing my bad collision detection.
Like jumping around with the little cursor.
Because basically it was like a side scroller, right? So you have the little box and you jump across the ledges and you'd push down and you'd enter into the video.
Yep. No. And Carenina just. Is this thing gonna work? Like she'd seen too many versions of this pre-release. I think
I had faith.
You did all right. That's good. That's the faith face. We were very worried about this wiring. I remember it being super delicate and like just don't touch the wires. Like
don't blow on the cartridge.
Don't blow. I got in trouble for that one. But and she managed to actually get us in front of the whole crowd. Like this was in Building A, and we're just. Did we win? Was this the win? I mean, this was Netflix on the original Nintendo. Clearly, we must have won, right? We lost.
This is the one that we lost.
So, for all of those that ask, we lost 100%. This was not a win. So, I'm assuming this is proprietary software. Yes, it is proprietary software. It's owned by Netflix. I cannot release it. So, I guess Carenina could make that decision on behalf of Netflix. But we're not gonna do an IP rights stream. We could get Emily in here for that. Maybe she would rejoin us. And this led to a very interesting situation because while we lost, the press loved it. I mean, there was like 1 million views, 500,000 views on this on YouTube, on like the video, and it just not the rap video. The official video that got released with Hack Day. But that was
they made me record a separate video.
They talked to her because she's actually the sane one of like the three of us. All right,
you sit in a room. I'm just gonna record you talking about it.
That was the super annoying Monday morning version of the video. That was. I don't know. Should we show them the video? It's bad. I mean,
No.
The
rap
video
is amazing.
They can go find the video if they want to watch
you can go find the video if you want to find the video. So. Sorry, 715. So it is public. You can find it. All right. So that's hack number 1. So it turned out. What did we learn?
Amazingness doesn't win.
No, technical amazingness is not good enough. That was the biggest lesson, I think. Alex, is that fair?
It didn't matter that we didn't win the trophy. We still won.
I mean, I completely agree. Like, I feel like we won, even though we didn't win.
Because after that, we're like, we definitely need to do this again.
Yeah, and we did.
Yeah,
and we did.
And we're like, and then it was like absolutely not about winning a trophy. It was just let's do something awesome again. That
actually was, and I just took this because I thought it would just be fun for the look, because finally they brought in a film crew and legit like captured it instead of like us doing a selfie on stage. But didn't they create a new fun Yes, there was. HK Cupcake is right. There was no fun category at the time, and we think that was probably one of the main contributors to. I mean, so the winning hack was a useful hack, right? Versus like the NES, which was. I don't think you could describe it as useful. It was impressive. It was, but useful, not quite. Okay, so that was fun though, right? So we learned, it fueled us. We basically said, fine, we're good to go. But like this, clearly we do not know. I had promised the two of them, like, we're going to win. We're definitely going to win. 100% we're going to win. There's no way we cannot win. This is Netflix on the original Nintendo. We're definitely win. We have a rap video. We're going to win. I was wrong. Okay, I need to tell all of you today. I was totally wrong. I take the blame for that. And there it is. 715 actually dropped the video in the.
That's the awful video.
That's the awful video. Okay, we're not going to show that on stream.
That link.
That's the awful video. Okay, that was the popular video that everyone saw. That was not our rap video. Do we have the rap video link?
You posted the rap video.
Where?
Yeah.
Where is it? What?
You posted on YouTube.
I know,
it's on your
Come on, 715. Where are you on that one? Why are you digging up the terrible? That's like the Monday morning. Like Alex and I are trying to like have coffee. Carenina is holding the camera. Like, come on, you two, be funny. We're like, not feeling it.
They found it. Yep, that's it.
Okay, this is it. Okay, thank you. All right, let's throw that one up there. Let's. I'm gonna just scene steal that one, and we're gonna see the magic. Okay. Wow, is that loud for everybody? Was that super loud?
Don't see or hear anything.
I feel like that might have been loud for them. Well, anyway, just tell us if I need to lower this.
So next I feel like people can just go see it.
And then
No, but we just need the rap video. Can't we have the rap video?
All right.
Yeah.
We got a little surprise for
Everything
you today,
gets better with a little bit of rap. Actually, you can't hear it.
Oh, it's coming through for me. Are you guys getting this on stream?
We can all rally behind for the next year, and that is.
Is chat? Are you getting this?
They're all watching.
Yep, they can hear it. Oh yeah, and of course we get a rebuffer as soon as I do that. Great.
Netflix on the NES did not rebuffer.
No, we were fast. Like we were lightning fast. All right, you know what? I'm reloading this. I feel like.
All right. So next up we have DAR NES and then Global.
DAR NES. That's right. We called it DAR NES at that point.
All right. We got a little surprise for you today, so we'll just go let Carenina show you.
Here's Carenina doing the presentation.
We can all rally behind for the next year, and that is Nintendo Entertainment Systems. So that means there are 61.91 million devices in the world. So, what is the regional distribution? In reality, it's all over the world, the whole world. We've got the US.
Carenina, you were awesome on this.
We need to get through. There's lots of obstacles.
She's doing World 1, 2 in Super Mario. You see that? She talked through that.
Any questions? That's a really good point. We should definitely bring that up in fall.
Yeah, you said there's a lot of coin along the way.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's the rap video. We did not win. I want you all to know this. This was not a winning hack.
All right. So we actually wrote this thing. This really happened. It's not a video. We have a horrible system, and it's not good. But it does amazing things, and
we qualled it. There's the directors. There's VP.
And delivery was a little bit rough, but
Yep.
Alex is going to show this to you. So
You hear that beep? That, by the way, is time. We were over time. That's working. They knew it worked.
We also have a Super Mario Brothers style side-scrolling navigation.
little problem there with collision detection. House of Cards 2 just coming out.
MDP.
Recommend.
We had the social features in the UI. That's the time beep right there. There's the video. All right. Honestly, I don't know how we lost. I don't know how we lost. I thought that was it.
Everyone after was like, that wasn't really on the NES, was it?
That was we went too far. No, I think you're right. Carenina, I'm going with your story. I like it.
I got that question a ton. I was like, no, really, it was working. You saw a demo. It was live.
No.
We're like, nah.
Totally.
I mean, it was a flashy mess the night before.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was real.
Oh, yeah. Alex, tell them what you asked me. What was the question you asked me the night before with the flashy mess?
We were like, so that night was nuts. It was like late, and I'm like trying to get like all the tile maps figured out, and guys like had even these text files. He's like from the old BBSs, like trying to figure out how to get playback to work, right? And I look over at him, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think there's going to be anyone with epilepsy in the crowd? Because like, it's just like, I mean."
I just looked at Alex. I'm like, no, wrong question. How bad is it? What do you mean? Anyone has epilepsy? What does the playback look like?
I flipped the laptop around and he's just like,
No. That's all we need is somebody gets an epileptic seizure in the audience, because it was this flashy. We call it the flashy mess build. That's not complete.
Flashy mess build.
I forgot about that. That was epic.
That's when you got really serious and you went deep into the internet to figure out how to
I went super deep. I was like, brain, don't fail me now. This is the time. Okay, that was epic. We got there, but that wasn't the end. That basically just got us ready for what was next. So of course we had to start with the next hack being a little more global. So this is us at the table, ripping apart the Netflix, trying to figure out how did we lose. Okay, so there we are. Like, there's NES cartridges ripped open. There's a pack of stuff going with Raspberry Pis. There's like adapters coming out, and we're just like, how did we lose? There's even a diagram on the wall. Look at the level of detail. Okay, that I just want you all to appreciate the level of detail here. So, and we said that's not going to work. And Carenina, what did you say?
I don't know. What did I say?
You did. Line.
There's a video of this.
Yes, there's a video. We basically did, why don't we hack the world?
Oh, yes. I said that.
That's literally, 715 is totally right. Hack the planet. We said let's just hack the whole world. Let's get Netflix to work anywhere in the world.
That was before we actually did it.
That we didn't know it was happening. Yeah, there's our ASCII map of the world. Alex pumping away, so we're trying to figure out our spherical trigonometry. Carenina and I both of us not remembering how to do enough algebra.
Half an ellipse.
Yes. How do you plot? Like, we wanted like a map line, sort of like Indiana Jones going across, but of course you always have like big ideas going in. Then like, it's like a 2-second clip of like the actual reality.
It took us like 45 minutes to figure that out.
45 minutes
to do the math for it.
Yep, that, and we did it on that whiteboard. But eventually, that's okay, because here I am in Kazakhstan running our code on the back of a taxi in the middle of nowhere. I said, fine, if they think that we faked the Nintendo, I'm going to make sure there's nowhere even close that could possibly have Wi-Fi or anything like that. Like, I want a field empty.
They thought you faked this. I think they thought that
they
was
actually,
more fake than the other one.
They called this fake.
No, I'm like, no. Guy was literally in Kazakhstan.
I'm literally...
driver doesn't know him, and he thinks he's going to pull something outside of the channel.
I have no idea who this guy is. Okay,
random guy you convinced to drive you out to a field in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, I was trying to describe that to him in Russian too. I'm like, yeah, let's go nowhere. It's not close anywhere, right?
It's It's okay. Won't scratch.
Won't scratch. Have blankets. I forgot about that. I didn't have time. We didn't get the infrared controller working, so we actually plugged in a keyboard for this. I had an inverter. I learned that the Russian word for inverter is inverter. So I actually managed to buy an inverter, and there it is. And I got in trouble for this too, because they looked at this and they said, "Why did you use Ip Man?" We don't have rights on Ip Man. You can't do that. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, this is Ip Man. He's awesome. Like, no, that was... what is in the beverage container? It's actually... Here you go. Behind the scenes, because you all showed up tonight, it is actually empty. We're actually not drinking anything. I'm just doing my best.
You tried to explain to that taxi driver. It's like, hold this thing. He's like, but it's empty.
He was really upset about that, actually, because that type of like that's called a samovar, and that container makes like the best kind of tea in the world, like. That's what they believe. I don't know if that actually makes the best tea in the world, but it makes very good tea. And he's like looking at this thing. He's like, "You're going to do the samovar. We're going to have like really good tea." And I'm like, "No, we're just going to like hold it up and like pretend to drink." And he's just like, "No way." And I'm like, he's looking at this and he goes, "Is good. It's just play video. I buy this. What is called?" I was like, "No, it's a hack." And like, I forget trying to translate hack. That was a super awkward moment. But anyway, so we show this. There I am. You can actually see into the cup there. Little bit shot reveal. You can see there's nothing in it. So I've been that means vodka. No, none of that spy stuff. Stealth. You. Oh man, Wolf, you totally got them last night.
I am sorry, but I am not sorry.
You are not sorry. I'm not a spy. I am not a spy. Okay.
Which, by the way, this is when our coworkers started to suspect that he might be a spy.
Yes, and did not believe that we really did this. They thought this was fake. They thought this was like a field in the middle of like California.
The video was great too.
I thought the video. It was a great video.
I think the problem is people saw it and they were like, "What did I just see?"
Yeah.
Well, you only get a short period of time for the video.
You have 2
It
minutes.
was just like,
1 minute.
yeah.
And so we showed you actually going to the market in Kazakhstan, getting a TV, finding a taxi driver, driving out to the field in the middle of nowhere, setting it up, and like
We tried to tell the story. We tried.
Right.
Man, so we still lost. I have not won a hack day yet at this point. Like, here's my I mean, I thought the Netflix on the Nintendo would win. I thought that like showing, I agree with Carenina, showing in the middle of nowhere would totally win. Nope, still didn't get a trophy. We lost again. I don't even remember what we lost to. I don't remember what happened that year, but we lost again. It was just
I felt
terrible.
like a winner. It was fun.
I did too, and that I think fuels the third hack when we said, you know what? I don't know why these are super micro, but this hack was named Honey Badger because I got up there and I went, you know what? I don't give up anymore. I'm done. I don't care, win or lose. I'm done trying to win. I'm looking at the audience. I'm like, I'm done with all of you. This whole thing, this is not good. And so Alex finds this brilliant ASCII art of a honey badger.
I don't know how I found that.
I have no idea where we got the honey badger art, but the artwork was amazing. Did you show the plane ticket? I did, Cam. I had ticket stubs. I had like stamps in the passport. Nobody believed me. Didn't matter. Yep. No, there's an entire video proving that it was real. HK Cupcakes totally. I bought a TV. It was non-existent TV. It was like a Samsung or something. Like it was not a real TV. It's not allowed to be sold in the U.S. Like whatever it was. Yes, it's tiny. Then, yeah, that again, we just did it wrong. I don't know what, and that's why Honey Badger. We're just like, you know what, Honey Badger don't give a anything. He just wants his Lolamos. He wants. Yeah, it was like Samsung or something like that. So we basically just kind of like gave up on winning. I this time I did not tell the two of you that we were going to win. I made no promises. I said
we didn't think we were going to.
No, I said I don't care.
To not.
I was about to get fired. And I was like, yep, don't care. gonna show it. And so we were going after this was like doing binary serialization. So we had this thought that like, the Netflix app was like really too heavy. It wasn't working well in Kazakhstan when we tested it. We knew that there was way too much connectivity going back and forth. And so, Alex, what did we do?
We well, we wrote a web server, and we scraped the catalog, and we put everything into a very small payload that took one request, and then everything just worked.
Yep.
And we had a side by side of
yes, we did
of our product, and then we had the real product, and ours was better.
Carenina was building that presentation, and she was trying to get me into the mode to explain this, and I didn't do as good a job as what Alex just did. And I went to a whiteboard, and I was like, there's lines. There's just lots of lines. You liked that, didn't you, Carenina?
I did. I drew a bunch of lines, and then I was like, okay, and then it becomes one line, right?
Yeah.
And then we had this whole argument. We had a fight about this. About lines. It was so stupid. And then eventually you were just very adamant about something.
I was very tired.
And then Alex was like, guy, you're being stupid. Stop.
And I stopped.
And I was like, oh, what would we do without Alex?
I was like, okay, what would we do without Carenina? Because I don't know if you remember the real name of the last project, but it wasn't called Stream Possible originally. Anyway, we've dodged...
Sorry, but it always starts of like we would go to lunch, and like there's this time of year where it's like hack day, right? It's coming up, and we go to lunch, and then like we're eating, and the guy looks up and he's like, "Okay, I have the hack," and then we talk about it, and then we go to Carenina, and she's like, "You cannot call it that.
You can't do that." Like,
which and they're like, "Will you join?" And I'm like, "I will if we rename it."
Yes. I want executive veto. You can't call it that. That's out. And I have to tell everybody here, hacker extraordinaires in training, hacker extraordinaires already experienced, like, if you don't have a Carenina, find a Carenina, because I can't tell you how many bullets we dodged because Carenina is like, no, no, you can't do that. There was, So anyway, we ended up at this point, I was having an argument with the API team about this single line. Why don't we just have everything come back? And they're like, no, it's fine. Don't worry. The server's doing like 100 RPS. I'm like, 100 RPS? That thing's like 36 cores. Like, how could you have 100 RPS? That's like 3 RPS a core. My phone could do that. And they said, okay, there. And I was in UI at the time. They're like, okay, UI dev, like, shoot, your phone can't do 3 RPS. And I looked at Alex and I was like, we are going to do 3 RPS on this phone. Like what you might have missed in the detail, this is D2 ATT build. This is actually Cyanogen running on a actual Samsung Galaxy S3 phone. Our server was a phone. Okay, we brought the phone on stage. There's the phone. Look at this beautiful UI. It just showed the RPS. What do you see there? 4.6 RPS. I was like, my phone is better than your server. It was basically like that. And so this was the testing harness. We were doing load balancing. We were testing what was going on. This is actually at the Hack Day venue. You can see the reserve for hackers up here. And we were having an overheating problem. This was when I was trying to do the Cyanogen mod build, it was actually overheating my computer and it would fail the build. And I traced it forever thinking it was like some sort of out of memory thing, or like the power would just shut off at a certain time. I had no idea what it was. It was heating. The server was overheating at about the same point in each build. It was terrible. I actually just pulled the CPU off. I applied the Arctic Silver number 7, and actually it was Arctic Silver number 5, and we got through the build. So that's us on stage. I think maybe Carenina took this shot. I was really dropping the mic on this one. I feel like this was I was trying my best to be clean in this presentation. But, did we drop frames? Did I lose you two?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, everybody, if it's dropping frames. But yeah, so that's actually Primogen. If you didn't notice him, he's there. He had worked on the UI side of this. And that, just like Alex said, we had side by side with the real production and the phone as the server. The phones are sitting down there. Yeah, that is Prime. You were right, HK Cupcake. So, by the way, thanks for the follow, Vinicius Feriadev. And that's our helper. I think Alex can take this one.
That is Oliver.
that is our hacker secret right there. He just pounds out the Vim when he wants to. He just totally does it. And yeah. So I basically just walked off the stage. I was like, all right, you know what? Honey Badger I don't care about your votes. I don't care about your award. Walked away and we won.
Well, by the way, that side to side really worked well because the one was loading, and the one that was off of the 3 mobile phones was there. All right, I'm gonna pop out.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, we actually did win that. That was our first Hack Day trophy. That we lost on the Nintendo, we lost on Stream Possible in the middle of Kazakhstan, and we just thought, you know what? No chance in hell we're going to win on this, but we don't care. It's just that Honey Badger don't care, and Oliver cared, but Honey Badger didn't care, and we won. That was our first award. I don't know, Alex. I did not expect to win on that one.
No, we were just, because there's always the end, and you're sitting there, and like they name all the categories and they call people up, and we're just kind of wrote it off, and we're like, on our phones, and then all of a sudden they said Honey Badger. We looked up and we're like, what? No,
I thought it was a sick joke.
This was meant to lose. We were like offending the audience.
Yes, that I actually thought that was a legit, I was definitely speaking to the API crowd at the time, but this is actually I'm gonna, just because there was just a great moment in that video where we got to the actual Hack Day, and I want to say it was down. Yep, this is it.
Write themselves for this one, and then Raspberry Dub if you can get set up to my left.
We can jump ahead. There's the lines. You see the lines?
Our neighbor comes, and then everybody else who's in the world starts using it, and we get all these lines. That's just bad. We don't like lines. We like less lines. Just 1 or 2 requests. Binary serialization. Let's do it. So we said, let's send all that to a cell phone.
Yeah, guy needs more lines.
Needs more lines. Give me more lines.
Cool. So we're going to show you that right here. We have a little tag on the back that show you this is API.
Guess who I was talking to there?
This is actually a picture of what you're looking at over here. So, yeah, guys.
You're so animated, guy.
And
this is production.
Right now, and we can do side-by-side scrolling.
This is.
And we get as or slightly better on the CDN.
Oh no, this was.
We don't have to load much data.
Phones are serving this. This is a phone. This is
so this.
That was the best line. This is a phone. This is prod. That was it. I liked it. Okay, so where did we go? Primogen just rocking it right there, getting the UI tamed. That's right. We went for all of the blood of Wallachia. That's right, because after that, we actually did a version of the NES because Castlevania was coming out. And I don't know why that's not... There it is. They said to us, yeah, can we borrow it? Can we use it for the Castlevania launch? Can we use the Netflix on Nintendo thing? Because Castlevania is like a Nintendo game, if you don't know. I'm like...
And can you build a...
Excuse me?
Build a Castlevania version for it, right?
No, they originally said that they were going to use computer graphics. It was going to be a CG version. That's what I said. I was like, CG? We're going to do the real thing. Like, Alex, do we know how to repack this stuff so that we can get the video for Castlevania working on there?
Nope.
That's exactly what Alex said to me. The two of us were staring at the code. We're like, I have no idea how we're gonna get this. We're like, can you have it like tomorrow too? We're like, no. And so we shipped it down to the LA office, and I declared the package, declared value. I called it $35 because that was the value of the Castlevania list price, and I said plus all the blood of Wallachia. FedEx had no problem with it. So they were like, yep, we're good. So that basically led to us going to, there's the alcohol, because we had to clean the connector. I had to replace the connector in the NES because it was acting up. So I took the alcohol swab. There's the Castlevania cartridge. We were all set to go. Yeah. FedEx is full honey badger. I completely agree, Cam. That's okay. And so this is actually the shoot. This is you've seen the Castlevania video. You saw up close with the Nintendo and the TV. This is actually the shot. This is the behind the scenes. This is when I still feel like I deserve a SAG credit because speaking line, I think blowing on a cartridge counts as a speaking line. No. No. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Totally.
I totally don't have a SAG credit for that. But okay. So we left Castlevania. We knew what we were doing with the Nintendo. We finally figured out how to clean up the code and get it to work again. And they, got it for Castlevania. We moved on to, I don't know, Cure in a Box. This was actually, I have no pictures of this, but this was, the idea was have a, take any idle compute resources at Netflix and have them work on the cure for cancer. So we called it the Cure in the Box. It was running folding at home, similar to what you saw in the Commodity Compute series that I started up. And we started cranking away, but we lost again. Turns out nobody wanted to cure cancer. Okay, so I don't know why that one didn't win. I thought that was probably
was
our
winner.
Our best humanitarian hack.
Yep.
And that brought us to one of our best fun. And I feel like Alex can
we
kick this one
circled
off.
around back to the whimsical, basically.
Yeah, we just.
It's like we started with fun, and we went through all these other iterations. It was like, let's have fun again, right?
Yeah. At least on the Nintendo and the others, like in Kazakhstan. What was that, Carenina?
Wanted to dress up again.
Yeah, we wanted to dress up. We wanted to get in costume. We wanted to have a good time. We wanted to go steampunk. And actually, that's kind of where the challenge starts with Bogdan. Bogdan says to us, like, you guys got to work. You got Netflix running on the original Nintendo. That's not old enough. And what did Bogdan do?
Like a tube TV.
Yes,
Yeah.
he took like a 60s tube television. Which was beautiful. And he got Netflix working with the knobs. You could turn the knobs, and it was like the volume knob was like up and down, and the channel knob was left and right. And he got the navigation working on like a legit like 60s television. He goes, I went further back. You and your 80s Netflix Nintendo. I'm going on to like a 60s television. Like, yeah, piss off. And I was like, Bogdan, you are legend. And by the way, Bogdan will be on the show next week. So for those of you dropping by next week, Bogdan is scheduled. He's in. And I told him we're showing that TV. So you're going to see the TV next week. So we weren't going to stop there. We wanted to get dressed up. We wanted to have a little more fun. We didn't care if we were going to win or lose. We were honey badgers at this point. And we just said, you know what? Let's just go back. How can we end this war? How can we go back to the start of communications? Like where does it begin? And that was basically the telegraph key. We said, let's just get a telegraph key. I was originally going to get one of those like plastic telegraph keys. My dad, who was an engineer, he heard my idea. He goes, you're not getting that. You're going to go get a brass telegraph key. You need like a fine Victorian era, like brass telegraph key. I feel like this fits the description. This, you can actually see it. We cleaned it up here in the corner. This is, you could just make it out, but this is American Telephone and Telegraph. This is legit AT&T when the T meant telegraph. And now we had to figure out how to hook this thing up to Netflix. So what what did we do? We got multimeters. Carenina was like, all right, at least you got the name right?
Yes, thank goodness.
I think actually did you come up with the name on this one? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember.
It was a while ago, but it was this one was like we sometimes struggled with names. This one I felt like came a lot easier than some of the other ones. Like we already had Netflix, Star Nest. We Stream Possible was a naming save by Carenina. That was like really frustrating. Honey Badger didn't give and that was easy. Cure in the Box, actually, that one came back. That was a blast from the past, revisited. But this one, I felt like this one just rolled off the tongue. It was just a piece of cake. Let's use a telegraph key. Let's have a little fun with the iPhone team. And that, if I may presume upon you two, could you give a little taste of the way you introduced this hack? Oh. In your steampunk gear. You have your steampunk gear, right?
I don't have mine.
Oh, no, but it's in the photo. You could... Oh my God, Alex has his. Carenina is legit steampunked. Goggles came like over the weekend, right before. It was like right the last minute or something, and they were concerned. They were very concerned.
I had to get you a shirt last minute.
Yeah, that was super loud. We needed the roll-up sleeves. We needed all the like good stuff. That was the UI. Look at this legit light with the Edison bulb. We got the.
We had fun with this. Like it kept.
That was great.
I mean, each step it was just like, what could we do next? Like, how do we up it the next notch?
Yes. And that's all of us. We didn't even know how to describe that beard, Alex. I don't even know what that's called.
I don't know. It was.
We were calling it the no T. It's like an inverse goatee. The no T. I don't know what it's actually called. It's a legit name. I have no idea what it was. So, yeah, we were hacking away and we were having trouble getting it to work. There's always that point in the hack day where stuff is just not working. It's like 1 a.m. or something, and you're like, oh yeah, we'll be done by like 6 or 7, right? And it's like 1 a.m. You're like, this is never gonna work. We have everything plugged in, alligator clips on the friggin' telegraph key. Look at this thing. We mounted it. Oh yeah, we didn't have any wood cutting tools.
Well, we got the block, we mounted it. We actually got the wood cutting tools. We didn't end up using them though. We didn't have time.
I did have the keyboard, by the way, 715. It was Talon. Yes, we sacrificed our beards for this one, by the way. That's very, very well said. Thank you, Talons, for lurking and de-lurking. All right, and so yeah, I had gotten this at work, the Kinesis, the first time. This was before I decided to buy my own because I was like, this is just a great keyboard. But Alex made his own keyboard at this point. He was just like, I'm just going to make a mechanical keyboard. And then we were like, no, you know what? We're going to build the original mechanical keyboard.
It's the one true single button interface.
That was it.
It's
the one true. Friendly mutton chops. Okay, that's apparently what it's called. The friendly mutton chops.
What are unfriendly mutton chops?
I don't know. We were very happy. We couldn't believe that it was working. And there it is, like just Raspberry Pi. Oh, wait a minute. No. It was this one. This is, you can see the Raspberry Pi 0W in here. Hooked up. There's the telegraph key on the signal input. We debounced it in software. The three of us were having trouble getting our Morse table to work. I remember us reasoning out, trying to get Morse decoding to work. And then what we did was we took the Raspberry Pi. Actually, that's exactly what. Well, so this is the Western Union key. You can see the pole changer Western Union Telco. This is legit off the line Western Union key here. And this was actually the description. we had Morse code coming off the key, going into the Raspberry Pi on the GPIO. We used the gadget interface to hook it up to a PS4. I forgot, you actually got that to work on a real PS4 UI, Alex.
It was actually the real Netflix UI modified for Teleflix.
Yes. We had to make it work with like letters. So this had the teleflix with like, there was just going to be one big blank, and then if the first one would be A and B and C and D, and I had to go learn Morse code.
So you would only text us and message us on WhatsApp via Morse code.
Oh, yeah.
For like a
Word on
month.
your phone.
Yeah.
And so then we'd be like super, not slow, just like, we had extra patience.
Super slow. It
Well,
was super slow.
the first keyboard you used only output capital characters, so you're constantly yelling at us.
That was an awkward month or two. that was. I did it though. That I forgot that character. I blew a character on stage too.
Yeah, you did.
I know, but you messed up and it made it real.
Yeah.
Because then you had to do the backspace, which was a lot of taps, if I recall.
Yes. That was probably why we won on that hack, because they believed it.
If you hadn't have messed up, it would have been unbelievable. They were just like, oh, whatever, it's a fake thing. Right? That made it real.
Whether it's true or not, I appreciate that, because I can walk away with that and be happy. You're back retrieving my ghost. What, Talons? My office mouse, which is an old school. Oh no, that sounds bad, Talons. Real dedication. Yes, I was learning it. And Alex, we loved those goggles. They were and same hat.
Yep. Which doesn't work well with the headset.
And this was the actual real code on the PS4, showing the key decoding.
That was the special case so that you could do a space or a comma, because Morse code does not include
Yeah, we didn't have that. Yeah, because space in Morse code is just wait, right? Because it actually doesn't. There's no code for it. You just wait. So, yeah, this is the Netflix UI. This is part of Netflix UI that has been hopefully removed. But this was part of the JavaScript TV UI that ran on a PS4, and Alex actually got that to work. I still feel like that was probably. I mean, despite the fact that the NES was an amazing presentation, you two killed it with your opener. I feel like that deserves, like, we have to see that. Like we can't skip that, right?
You have it?
Well, it's on YouTube. What?
No, that's the one that's not on YouTube.
No, it's not.
I might have a video of it.
I thought it. Oh my god, that was like the greatest presentation. You two killed it.
It was really fun.
And then we did it again.
Yeah, well,
Did it again.
are we allowed to mention that? I feel like that's we're not allowed to mention that. You know what? Is it in one of those videos?
Oh, I have a video of it.
Can you send it to me?
Oh, I don't. I have us setting up.
Oh,
It's terrible.
okay. It's not that one. Let me just see if it's in one of these ones you sent.
No, it's not.
Oh, bummer. Well, it was. Hey, what's up, Foffy? Yeah, it was actually just one of the greatest You two, I feel, just killed it. I mean, I told them at the time when we were setting up and trying to work out like our on-stage script, I was like, look, I barely am holding it together with Morse code. So please don't ask for any interaction from me. I don't have the brain power. I just, everything is dedicated to Morse code and trying not to screw up. And I was like, you got to carry this. And they friggin' over-delivered like 1,000,000%. I don't even know how to describe that.
I mean, it was a carnival barker routine. Like, I had been practicing, because we used to live up in the mountains, and so it was like a 45-minute commute or something. I would just like practice it every day driving to work. So then the day of, we did it. I don't know. I couldn't even attempt to try to replicate that now. It took so much practice, but it was awesome. It was
yeah, but you just crushed it. All right, we don't have the video.
I wish we had the video, though. Shoot.
There's going to be a video somewhere.
All right,
Hunt it down. You can put it on YouTube or something.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we could do that later. All right, so that I felt was a pretty solid tour of some of the greatest hacks. how do you? I mean, is that fair? We won 2 of those. I just felt like we should have won more, obviously, but yeah.
But the other hacks were good. I mean, talking about Bogdan did the vending machine, right?
Oh yeah. Oh no,
I mean,
no.
those are amazing hacks.
Oh, they were amazing. Oh, not that. Yeah, I'm not saying those were the only good hacks. Yeah, no, I'm just saying like I feel like good that was a solid showing. I feel that.
Oh, definitely.
That I think that was pretty legit. Good solid hackery.
What about the hack that never was?
Yeah, can we talk about that? Are we allowed to talk about that, Carenina?
Which of the hacks that never worked?
Yes.
So basically, we had the hacks
cool.
that won, we had the hacks that lost, we had the hacks that made the blog, the ones that obviously like didn't get videos up and stuff, and then this is the hack that never was.
Oh,
Which,
wait.
by the way, was like 2 weeks before a hack day.
Yeah.
We were hack monsters at that point. We're just cranking out hacks.
And it was the Olympics, and Netflix was in the news a lot.
Yep, and Netflix was in the news during the Olympics because of the infamous Red Gerard. Let me just get this for everybody who may not know about Red Gerard. Red Gerard was a snowboarder, and he was. I'm just gonna Google this like real fast. Well, I'm gonna DuckDuckGo it. And Red Gerard was doing some Netflix when he was in the Winter Olympics in, I want to say it was Korea?
I thought it was Russia, wasn't it?
Was it Russia?
I think it was Russia.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the Russian Olympics.
I don't know why I remember that. Yeah, and he almost slept through his medal. Like he almost missed his event, and he was watching Netflix the entire night and just like couldn't stop watching. Like he
binged.
He was
Instead
binging.
of sleeping before his Olympic medal event.
And that, yes, and he still manages to wake. Oh, his teammate woke him up and said, "Oh, you don't you have like a snowboarding medal? Like you have to go like compete." And he was like, "Oh man, I totally overslept. I missed like call and everything else." And so he just comes running out and wins a gold medal. Like for the US. Like just snowboards to victory. Like I don't know if he was half asleep. I don't know what happened. He just like it was press everywhere. And so I go running over to our social media person and I'm like, this is actually the communication. I said I saw opportunity. I have a team ready and willing to build Red Gerard a bespoke Netflix alarm clock. One of a kind. There's only one of these in the world. We will build an alarm clock just for Red Gerard. We sent it over. Like LA was just like, you know what? We're gonna do the licensing because he was like watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then like so we added that as the alarm sound. We got rights on that. They managed to license it so that like just for this one bespoke clock, and that of course this is the response I get from social. Oh my God, yes, right? Like, can you build this? Right? So. We did. We just built it over the weekend, basically. We just we went cranking. This Carenina, I told you before, she was an electrical engineer, and we had a Raspberry Pi 3 we wanted to put in the clock. We were trying to do it on a Pi Zero, but like, you know, the sound was like it didn't have a sound port, or it was like not loud enough or something. I forgot why we switched up to the Pi 3.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember.
Something like that. But
the snoozing in the...
Yeah, there was a snoozing. Or it was playing the. I don't remember what went wrong. But for some reason, we were like, okay, last minute, let's just go with a Pi 3. So we took a Pi 3 and we fit it into the clock that like our friend Francois had just quickly crafted this case. I was in misery trying to get that to work. That totally, yeah, that's after we got it to work. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so here's the prototype clock. Like just legit, like there's Francois and Alex just staring at this thing, and it didn't fit. Like
the prototype.
We couldn't get it to fit, and so we go running over to Carenina. We're like, "You're the only electrical engineer here." So she's like, I'm not pleased. But she goes and desolders a bunch of the USB connectors so that it just made the size to fit inside the clock. I'm like, I don't need these USB connectors. That's nice one, Judo Panda Pants. We actually just pulled that together at the last minute, and she desoldered it. I was having a bug because it was like like we had the year set wrong. It wouldn't keep the time, and then like I don't know.
Well, it was. I mean, it's kind of geeky. I don't know, but it
is a live coding stream normally. So
if you ever use Tickle TK or PyTK, and you have it modify the time of the system, everything will stop because it uses the system time for the timers, and so when you roll it back, everything just stops. Nothing happens. So
yeah, the timers never trigger. That was it.
Exactly.
So we had built an alarm clock that never alarmed.
Very quirky, not fully functional clock.
We fixed that. We totally fixed that. We made it functional.
Yeah.
So the quick start guide highlighted some of the features.
Carenina made a quick start guide for this clock. There's one of these in the world. It was just like, she's like, all right, there's the speakers. You can even see the speakers on the desk. Like, this is, we went shopping at Fry's Electronics. We grabbed some speakers. We got the loudest ones we could. We had a USB hub in there to power it so we could not deal with the regulations. There's like the original Pi Zero. We were just everything. There's the Pi 3 we switched over. Man, it just was not coming together. It was like a really hard hack. What's documentation?
Also, it had to be like perfectly balanced inside so it didn't actually fall and deconnect while it was in transit or while you used it.
Well, that's right, because we actually had a USB connector and we wanted it so you could plug it in, but when you pushed it in, it was like too much insertion force, so it would knock the connector. I mean, okay,
it ended up working.
Yeah,
right? It did tell time, and it could set an alarm and a tone.
Yes,
and when you snoozed, it just kept going.
Yeah.
It had its little quirks that made it, we thought, were very fun and played with the Brooklyn Nine-Nine thing.
We went with it.
Wasn't very loud.
Yeah, it was not loud enough.
Oh yeah, it was very quiet. That's right.
Themed songs.
No, we fixed that. That was a documentation fix. That's why we added the documentation, because we were like, this is a very polite waker-upper. It's not too loud.
It was Olympic caliber, non-judgmental Netflix waker-upper.
Yeah, that was Karenina came up with the phrase that got burned into the plastic. That just, there's the deer red on top of the clock. There it is. It's just, from Love Netflix. There was actually, and there was even a secret code in there that gave him free Netflix for a while.
It had the Easter egg, yeah.
Yeah, if he ever figured it out. This was the greatest clock in the world.
And it was the hack that never happened.
It's the hack that never happened. That's right. Because there's a sad... Everything sounds good. Look at this case. Bogdan comes in and he goes, no, this is the kind of case you need. Okay, you got to get one of these cases. You got to mount it. Look at the documentation. README.
Yeah.
The README is just sitting there like waiting to be read. Carenina did like a nice job. You pulled that together amazingly. And we had to like ship it so that it was like the connector was still plugged in or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, there it is. Here it is. The full legit experience. This is, we had the power adapter still plugged in, the jigsaw puzzle casing, and the README inside this beautiful case. Oh, you can actually read the text.
Yeah.
It's, Dear Red, congratulations on your gold medal. Please accept this humble gift of a custom-made Olympic caliber, non-judgmental, it doesn't judge you how much Netflix you watch, Netflix waker-upper, recommended for those who have a hard time saying no to just one more episode. That was the greatest hack we never did. And
I think this is the first time we've ever.
We were so proud. Yeah, we were so proud. Look, I'm doing my friggin' dancing. Yep. Like I'm hearing the Tetris song in my head at this point. Like that. Alex is like, I'm tired. And Bogdan's like, I told you the case was cool. I told you the case was cool. Like, Francois's like, I can't believe this worked. And Carenina's like, sweet, we're really doing this. That's my dramatic interpretation of the team photo. That I thought that was Netflix. Oh, that, and Bogdan snuck out in the middle of the night to spray paint that N on.
Yes.
Beautiful. Perfect. I mean, he stenciled that thing on like
outside in the parking lot, like
in
so
the
there's
parking lot.
Red.
Yes, permanently a little bit of red in Netflix.
Slight splatter.
Maybe not. And this was the original design. That I don't know if we went with this. Yeah, that's right. It would try to tell you how much binge time was remaining, and it was touch sensitive. It was, you could just tap it, and it would.
And it.
Yeah, this is us programming it on the Pi, default Pi background. There's the code. you could see a little bit of the code right there. We had to get the Easter eggs to work. That was the greatest hack that we never released. So there's only one of these in the world, and nobody on this call knows where it is.
Sad ending.
It did get sent.
We shipped it.
Yeah.
We shipped it to other people at Netflix.
Red Gerard never got it.
Yeah. Well,
we don't know. Maybe Red Gerard got it.
We honestly don't know what happened to it.
This was an amazing. I mean, just look at this final box. This is just so beautiful. I don't know that. Well, and that was basically the greatest hack that we never did. And then of course, well, at one point we decided we were going to go to the moon, because this is probably me frustrated. And we actually didn't. This was about us building a launcher. So we were going to use a raccoon and put Netflix in outer space, because we figured if we lost in Kazakhstan, then we'd already covered most of the world, so we might as well just start building Netflix on the next planet. Yeah, it never happened. That we didn't build this hack, but it turns out it's really hard to get permission to launch this kind of thing. But,
Cupcake found our Teleflix.
Oh, really?
Wow.
And I'm dropping off in about 4 minutes. So.
Okay. Well, let's. Why don't we wrap up with that then? Why don't we look at our Teleflix amazing presentation from you two? And all right, let's do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, first we brought you Netflix on the Nintendo, and then we brought you Netflix to the fields of Kazakhstan, and then we served the entire thing off of a pair of cell phones. But what we have to show you today will both stupefy and amaze you more so than the previous 3 hacks combined. So we have gone back in time and we found a device without the likes of which all the fine men and women of this room would be without jobs, for it was the birth of digital communication. And so with great sacrifice, we have resurrected this technology to bring it to your living room. From the workshop of Serena Wolf in Motion, I present to you Teleflix.
That awkward pause. You don't know if they're going to go for it.
Bale invented the original human interface device, the telegraph key. We have taken their invention, the one true single button interface, and we've integrated it with Netflix to give you the most optimal viewing experience.
I'm typing. This is real tapping.
You have to start far in advance.
My colleague, Mr. Serena, is now demonstrating the efficiency of our system.
Like it.
So, Carenina, how does Teleflix work?
So what we see here is.
It took
Mr.
forever to delete.
Actually,
I know, that's why beforehand you were dreading it. You were like,
so what we have is a 1920s authentic.
Once we got a time, we still had to
It's
locate.
restored, and it's from the American Telephone and Telegraph Company. And we've taken that and actually attached it to a Raspberry Pi, where we've put in code and made a decoder that translates that into USB keystrokes and connected to the PS4.
So, you said that we restored a telegraph key. I imagine after so many years, a lot of gunk would build up on it.
Yeah,
I blew it. There's where I blew it.
Pro tip, you can clean brass with ketchup.
Tell us about this UI.
Well, as you can imagine, the user experience has to be custom tailored for the single button, and so we've simplified the search experience inside Darwin to match the simplicity and elegance of our input system.
There's the time.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you for taking us forward into the future with technology.
What's the expected reach of that?
As long as your cable will go.
Nice one, Carenina. That was just awesome. That's a pretty good place. I feel like that covers all the hacks. That was awesome. I think we're gonna go short stream tonight for everybody that tuned in. I want to say that you two that was some of the most fun hacking I ever had. I mean, I think that was just always great. And thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
It was really fun to go through this little walk of history.
I appreciate it. Yeah, this was. We are going to go. These are the first from the Power Hackers series. Karenina and Alex. I feel like you could. It's just if you're going to hack, you want to find people like this. So definitely participate in hack days. Definitely hack as much as you can. I think that everybody who watches live coding on Twitch probably is into that kind of thing in general. But let's just say that. Yeah, exactly. So for everybody else, there will be another Bogdan, who you saw earlier with the clock, is going to be on next week. And Saturday, I'm going to be coding on the NES because, now you saw where it all started with the NES. So thank you, everybody, for the stream, and I hope to see you around soon.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.